Hello, my name is Ava, and I'm an architect. Today I'll show you how easy you can use Skalp for SketchUp to get construction documents for woodworking. I've downloaded the Garrett Rietveld sideboard model from the 3D warehouse. Now I start up Skalp for SketchUp and use the add sign to place a new section plane in my drawing. I call this section AA and create automatically a scene for this section. I turn off the visibility of the section plane itself and take a closer look to the section. You'll see that the section cut is filled and not hollow like normal in SketchUp. Now we'll create a hatch material special for this section. We open the Skalp Pattern Designer and select the ANSI 31 pattern file from the list box. We rename the material to wood hatching. And change also the line spacing to 2.5 millimeters. This size is the printed size with respect to the selected scale in the Skalp section dialog. We also change the line width of the lines in the pattern. We create the material by clicking on the Update button, which you can find in the preview window. We now change the default hatching of the Skalp style to the new created hatch pattern. The look of the section directly changed to the new selected material. But the scale of the pattern is incorrect. Like I said, the spacing is with respect to the selected scale set in the Skalp dialog box. The scale is set 1:50, which is too big for this kind of a drawing. We change the drawing scale in 1:5. The section hatching directly adapts to the new settings and looks much better. If we select the AA scene, we see that the scale isn't saved. If we change the drawing scale, we need to use the function Save Skalp Settings to Scene to store the setting into the scene. To get really clean construction drawings without changing all my render materials in your model to white, I will use our Skalp Pattern Layer option. This is a little trick we use by combining the SketchUp Color by Layer option with the Hidden Line Render mode. The trick is to assign a pattern instead of a color to the layer. The Hidden Line mode will show everything in white, except the elements placed on layers with a pattern assigned instead of a color. This layer will be showed with this material. Attention, I show you the way how this is done on a Mac version. On Windows this workflow is a little bit different. You can find a video tutorial on this topic on our YouTube channel. To use the Skalp Pattern Layer option, we first create the Skalp Pattern Layers. With this option, Skalp creates a separate layer for each Skalp material used in the model. We now set the default Skalp layer in the Skalp style to the option Skalp Pattern Layer. This option sends the face used to fill the section cut to the special Skalp Pattern Layer. Now we need to manually attach the correct material to the layer. This function is missing in the SketchUp API. This is why we can't automate this step. Search for the Skalp Pattern layer of the material you want to define. You'll see there is for each scale a separate layer. Now also open the SketchUp material browser and look for the Skalp material we created earlier. You'll see there are two versions of the material. If you look at the name, you'll see a difference in the name. This is a scale indication. Now click on the layer color. On Mac, you now just click on the correct material of the material browser and click OK on the layer color dialog. If we now switch our SketchUp style to color by layer and a render mode to hidden line, we get a clean black and white drawing. I turn off the shadows and set the light and dark setting of the shadows to 100. I do this to get pure white and black. We save this change style and update the scene to this new style. Now we create a new section. BB. This new section has now directly the correct scale and the correct hatch material. Now I will set up also an ortho view for my BB section. Before we export our model to layout, we need to do one thing. You need to use the Skalp function update all scenes for layout. This function ensures that every scene has the correct Skalp section and is updated. This function also saves your model. Now we send the model to layout. In layout we set up the model to the BB1 scene and also set the scale of the model the same like we defined it in SketchUp. We make a copy of the model and set it now to the BB scene. Thank you for watching Scalp. For more information visit us as www.scalp4sketchup.com.